Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Fallon Ruddock. Thank you so much for watching me and thank you for finding me if you're new. Thank you so much for all watching my first ever video of my skull makeup. I can't believe it, like to most YouTubers like 100 people, like 100 views is like nothing, but to me that's huge. Like 100 of you actually sat there and watched me, so to me that's amazing, so thank you. Today I just wanted to really do like more of like a chatty get ready with me. I'm going to be using like my basic products that I normally use near enough every day, but then I'm also going to use something new. I went to Superdrug this morning and I bought the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour foundation by Maybelline, this one here. I wanted to try this for ages because I've seen loads of like really good reviews. I got the shade Warm Sun, so it's probably going to be too dark for me, but I was in a massive rush, didn't really stand there like swatching it or anything. Also, happy Halloween, it's Halloween today. Well, when I'm filming this is Halloween, but it might not be Halloween by the time this video goes up. But do you like my little skulls? I don't really use primer. Like, I don't know why, but I just really feel like it doesn't work on my skin. I feel like I much prefer using like oils and stuff like that. I just feel like primer, it sort of makes my makeup separate and I really don't like that. So I don't use it. So yeah, just gonna pump. I'm just gonna, there you go, pump it on my hand like that. And then take my foundation brush. Oh my god, how dark is this going to be? It's quite dark. Oh well. Oh, also I got the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer by Revolution. I have used that before and I did really like it, so I thought I'd get it again. But I haven't used this foundation and I think it's got quite good reviews. I'm hoping that it's going to suit my oily skin. Like, I've got such oily skin, it's unbelievable. Oh, it's drying quite fast actually. I use YSL all hours, but even that, like halfway through the day, I look wet. Like, my face looks wet and sweaty and I'm like, oh, I'm not sweating. Oh my god, that's so orange. It's fine, it's fine. We'll try and sort that out. Well, it was nice having new views whilst it lasted, but I reckon after this people are going to be like, I'm not watching her again. But I look like an actual pumpkin. Should have done a pumpkin look. If any of you have got a foundation that you can recommend to me that won't go oily halfway through the day. And the thing is, it's like a lose-lose situation because I really like the dewy look, but I have to set my face with like a pot full of powder. So I don't really know what I'm going to do today, not really sure. I was going to do my go-to makeup like look, but I feel like because I bought this new foundation and this isn't the foundation that I normally use, I thought I can't really do that now because this isn't, although I could just say that I'm using a different foundation than what I normally use, but then that's not really like my go-to. It's drying really fast. So yeah, I don't like blending out with them foundation brushes because the bristles get stuck together and then they end up leaving lines on your face. So I always take this dense brush by NYX. It's the number 3 brush from NYX. And honestly, this brush, I really don't think I could live without it. I haven't tried any other ones that are like it, purely because the minute that I got this one, I just loved it so much. I don't know, does it? It definitely looks orange in that picture. It might. What I find though is sometimes when I'm recording, like, I look a little bit orangey in the little screen on the side of the video recorder, but when I put it on my laptop and it's like on a bigger screen, it doesn't look so orangey. I'm hoping. So I'm just going to go in with the Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Conceal and Contour in C3. Watch this be like white. So yeah, I have used this one before, not in this shade though, because I bought it when it literally just came out, and I think, oh my god, I feel like everyone went for this C3 shade. I did like it though. The only thing is it just didn't last very long, but I saw today they've brought it out in a supersized version. Just going to blend that in with my Real Techniques sponge. So far I do like how the foundation has dried. Like, it's definitely matte, but it's just the shade, man. I'm hoping that it's still going to be like wearable, like I'm still going to be able to wear it without people being like, God, what's she doing? What's she doing with her life? I always set with the Vichy Derma Blend powder. I do like this, but sometimes I feel like it can leave a little bit of a white sheen on your skin sometimes. So that's like the only thing I don't 100% like about it. I don't know why I've just put that on my sponge either, because I don't use the sponge to set my face anymore. I feel like it puts too much product on one area, doesn't spread it out evenly enough. So I always go in with this little brush here from NYX. It's the number 26 brush. I use this brush for my highlighter as well. And I just pat that on, like literally patting it. I feel like this is a really good way to like fill in pores as well. I must admit, I don't feel like I have to set it so much like how I normally would with my other foundations, because it's definitely matte. It definitely is matte, so that's quite good, because I hate the fact that I have to use so much powder, because then I just feel like my face is so tight and like, it looks really old, like my skin looks really old. So what's this little, just chilling right then. Do you want to go? Leave me alone. So once we've filled little Tony that was chilling on my face there, we've covered him. We're going to do like a pinky eye today. So we're going to go in with the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition palette, this one here. Actually, I went into Superdrug earlier and Makeup Revolution have got a palette that looks very much like this. Am I the only one that wipes their makeup brush on their trousers or leggings or whatever you're wearing? Probably not, it's probably just me that's a tramp. No one else, it's just you. So yeah, basically, I am from Essex, and I moved to Rugby nearly 5 years ago now. Didn't even know that the place existed. When me and Jordan first started talking, that's a bit of a long story, how me and Jordan met. And I'll probably like cover that in one of my videos like in the future. But basically, when we started talking, he was like, oh, I live in Rugby. And I honestly thought I was being catfished. I was like, this boy's not real. He's not real. Because rugby's a sport, it's not a place where you live. Well, it turns out it is a real place. And yeah, moved up here, moved into his mum's house with Jordan, his mum and his sister, where me and Jordan had been together for 6 months and then fell pregnant with Jessie, our little boy. And then, like at the time, I was like, oh my God, what do we do? And then we moved back down to Clapton, where I'm from, to be nearer to like my family. And then after that, after living there for 6 months I think it was, we decided to move back up to Rugby. We moved back in with Jordan's mum and his sister, and then when Jessie was 4 months old I fell pregnant with Hallie, our little girl. and obviously that was a bit of a shock. Like we wasn't expecting her to come so soon, to be honest. But honestly now, like they're 12 months and 3 weeks apart. Honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like they're like two best friends. Everywhere one of them goes, the other one's behind them or right next to them. Like it's so nice that they've both got each other, and there's not like a huge age gap between them, because ideally we were like, oh, we'll wait till Jessie's in school and then we'll try for another one. I mean, I wouldn't do that now, like knowing how it is having them so close together. Yeah, it's hard, it's so hard, and looking back on it, I don't know how me and Jordan have done the last 2 years with them so close together. And then we moved just out of Rugby into Leicestershire, and then that's when I started working for NYX Professional Makeup, which I absolutely loved. Absolutely loved it. Like it was 100% like what I wanted to do since I was little. And then we moved back to Rugby in July this year, and it was just so far to travel, and because I don't drive at the moment, Jordan and the kids were having to drop me there, drive all the way back to Rugby, come back to Leicestershire to pick me up, then drive all the way back to Rugby, and it was just too much. Like it was too expensive. So I had to change my jobs, and I had to give up working like on a makeup counter. I really hated that. Like I hated the fact that my whole life, like I always knew I wanted to work on a makeup counter, but honestly I thought that the process to do it was so long. Like I thought you'd have to go to like makeup school and everything, and you'd have to go training for like months and months and months. But I was so lucky to get that job, so lucky. And like I feel like I was so lucky with where I worked and who I worked with. Like all the girls there were so lovely. And like sometimes when I was like a teenager, when I used to go into some like big department stores and all the makeup girls were like standing on their counter like looking really pretty and stuff, I'd feel so intimidated. And sometimes like you can tell like if it's like a cliquey place or a little bit bitchy. But I was so lucky, like it wasn't bitchy there at all. It was just so nice, like it was such a nice environment to work in. Jordan really was the one that was like, look, like do YouTube, why not just do it? Like see what happens and take it from there. So finally plucked the courage up to make my first video the other day. And honestly, like I was like, look, there's probably going to be like 5 views and that's it. Like no one's going to watch me. And last night I was like, oh my god, there's like 100 views. And that's huge to me. Like I'm so grateful that you all watched me. So grateful. So thank you. Oh yes, sorry. This shade is Shy from the Rose Gold edition. But yeah, so now we have a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. And they're so close, like they're like little best friends. It's so cute. But 100% like the trick with eyeshadow is just keep blending. But do not put loads of pressure on your brush, because then you're going to end up like moving the product around too much and then it's going to go like patchy, and you don't want that. So once I've done that, I'm then just going to go into Flamingo, which is this really bright, it is pink, it looks a little bit purple on there, but it is pink, this pink shade. And literally with this brush I do my whole eye look. Like this is the brush that I use all the time. I really like it. Just going to work that on the outer corner. And I can't do my makeup like with my eyes shut. You know, like if I was to close this one eye, I just can't do it. I do it for a little while and then eventually it just ends up open anyway. Also let me know like what sort of videos you want to see me do, and if you've got any ideas, please let me know. Please let me know. Yeah, like I was so scared to film my first video. Like I was like, no, that's so awkward. Like there's no way I'm going to sit there and speak to a camera. No. And then did it. It wasn't too bad actually. It wasn't like the worst thing ever. Like when I was little, I always used to sit and speak to myself in the mirror. When I was like playing, I used to sit there and talk to myself. My mum would be like, who are you talking to? No mum, just myself. And so it's just like that. So it's not too bad. It's not as awkward as you think. It's just like I find myself just going on and on and on about things that I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like I'll talk about one thing and then before I've even finished that I'm onto a completely different subject. So then I spend so much time editing all of that out. Like that doesn't need to be there. 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 But also as well, whilst I was in Superdrug, I just got this collection Glam Crystals Dazzling Gel Liner. There. I feel like I need to put my hand behind that so you can see the sparkle. Sparkle. The glitter. Has this been opened? I don't know if it's been opened or not. Like the film, the little, this little thing, like the, what's it called? The packaging, or like film, is only round the lid. It's not round the whole tube. Just, it doesn't look like it's been used. But anyway, when I was working in Boots, I remember seeing these, and they looked alright. So that's it there. So it doesn't come out like in glitter all in one. You definitely have to like patch the little gaps in. But I think I might, risky, I might do a wing liner. Do I risk it? So I'm just going back in with that flamingo shade just on the outer corner. So I was thinking, in my first video, my last video, I said that I'd never used Primark makeup, which is true, I never have, never used it. So I was thinking I might get some things and try it because some of the things have got really good reviews, like some people love some of their makeup. So I was thinking I might just try it and see what I think, tell you guys what I think. If you think that's a good idea, let me know below. Also as well, I finally found out how to attach my Instagram and Twitter page. So it's, the links to them are on, I'll put them at the bottom in like the description bar in all of my videos. But I felt like it's so strange, like when I was... What? You do it. I'm still doing it! It's so strange because when I was like a teenager, I used to know everything about computers, laptops, phones, everything. And my mum and like my stepdad and people that I knew would always be calling me like, Fallon, what do I do? My phone's doing this or my laptop's doing that. And I'd be able to tell them, do this, do that, sorted. Now, I tried to do this and I was like, what do I do? I was calling Jordan's little sister and I was like, Tatum, help me. What do I do? I feel like the Huda Beauty palettes are, well, I say it as if I've got loads, I've got one. But I feel like they're quite easy to use. Well, no, they're very easy to use. So once we've done that, I'm just going to go in with like a, the white, no, like a brighter shade. Not a pink, of like white, just to brighten the lid up. I'm going to go into the Violet Voss, my Holy Grail palette. And use Thanks a Latte, which is that one. Oh my god. It's fine, it's fine. And I'm just going to put that on the inner corner. Just take that slightly into the middle. So once I've done that, I'm then going to go in with that Shy colour again and just run it under my waterline. Not my waterline, my lower lash line. Yeah, I just felt like I wanted to do more of like a chatty one today, just because I feel like I want to like let you get to know me. But I will definitely do like another tutorial where I'm not talking all the time and I can more like talk to you about what I'm doing and like my tips and tricks. I mean, I'm quite impressed with this foundation, to be honest. Like, is matte. It's dry-ish. There's just little areas that aren't dry yet. Has anybody been watching Strangers? We've been watching that. It's so, so good. Can't stop. But we're watching it on catch up, so if you have watched it, then don't tell me. So I just went off camera to do that wing liner. I mean, for £2.99, you can't complain. Yeah, you have to fill in a little bit of the patches, but it's nothing like crazy. So I'm just going to use the Bad Girl Bang mascara. I've got a little mini one from Benefit. I do think this is a good mascara as well, actually, because it's got aero particles in it. So when you're putting the mascara on, one, it doesn't go clumpy, and two, it doesn't matter how much you build it up, because it's got aero particles in it, it keeps your lashes like, oh, I should put myself in the eye. It's fine. So it keeps them up rather than weighing them down. So that's really good, because I quite like building quite a lot of volume onto my lashes. Have you noticed? My head doesn't stay still. Like in my other video, I was like, why am I shaking my head so much? So now whilst I'm waiting for my lashes to dry, I'm just going to finish off with my base makeup. So I'm just going to go in with the Hoola by Benefit little bronzer. I use this for contouring. Down the sides of my nose. And then I'm just going to go in with the Naked Flush palette by Urban Decay. So this has got a blusher, highlighter and bronzer. So the bronzer's really nice in this one. Along my forehead. Then I'm just going to go in with the Strobe of Genius palette from NYX. This has been discontinued, but they have got a really good one now that's called, I think it's Away We Glow. That's a really, really good palette. I did have that, but I smashed it by an accident. I dropped my makeup bag and it just crumbled everywhere inside, so, but that is really good. So I just put my lashes on off camera. They're still drying a little bit, so ignore the fact if you can see little white bits of glue. They're just drying. Now I'm going to take the NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle and just line around my lips. So I slightly overline my lips. So I just went and lined my lips with the NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle. This is the one that I use near enough every day. I really, really like that shade. And then I just go on top of that with the NYX Lingerie in Satin Ribbon, their liquid lipstick. So that is the finished look. I thought I'd try something a little bit different today, do a pink eye with the glitter liner. I'm quite impressed with the glitter liner actually, considering it's only £2.99. I am really impressed with it. But yeah, I am quite happy with it. I know the shading was off with it, but it's fine. Doesn't matter. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a thumbs up if you liked this video, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!